in here. Found that it actually goes, takes a little while for it to kick in. Okay, well, welcome everybody to the FrugalBC live stream. Got a great show for you guys today. We are going to look at the Algorand price. I guess that is going up, frankly. A lot of people happy about that. Was it short-lived? Who knows? And of course, we'll head on over to the ASA charts. But bigger news: Algorand Governance Period 6 is underway right now. The rollout period is underway, so we're going to take a little bit of a look at that. Tinyman, new version of Tinyman version 2 is out. And NF Domains is launching a segments platform. It's like a subdomain. We're going to look at that in depth. Para adding some a browsing feature right on their app, as well as a web version coming out. So that is really cool. Go look at some near protocol news, a little bit of some big Hedera news. That's pretty awesome. And go look at a couple games that are worth noting right now, including Fractal Monsters and a new feature on Zone. So a lot of great stuff, guys, coming out on the show today. Right now, if you guys want to if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. We got super thanks and likes and all super chats and all that stuff if you feel like it at any point in the stream, or I think you can do thanks after the fact if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a fun show, so buckle up and we're gonna do some cool stuff. Hope everyone's doing well out there today. Good. I just noticed the community's been a lot more positive this last week as the price has been rising. So I think that's really interesting. Let us take a look here. We'll start with the charts. Oh, and as always, if you have a question or comment, leave it in the chat. We do answer questions. I used to do them all at the end. Now I just kind of do them as I go. So, and then make sure you check out the description for some of our affiliate deals as well. All right, so yeah, our 7-day charts are looking pretty good. You know, Bitcoin's up to almost 17,000 again. Ethereum in that 1,200 range, and we're just gonna look for some outliers here. Some stuff has stayed fairly flat. XRP, not really up that much on the week. Other stuff like Cardano, we're looking at 27.5 cents, up 12% on the week. I really like looking at the weekly. I think that tells us a broader trend. Litecoin up 8%, Polkadot 7%. Look at Solana's really pumped, and I don't get it. It's just a dead project, guys. Tron down, so kind of bucking the trend there a little bit. Shiba Inu's up. Uniswap is up. Avalanche. Promise we're getting a bit Algorand pretty soon. Wrap Bitcoin is up a little. 10% for Cosmos. We're big Cosmos fans here on the channel. So Ethereum Classic, that's a 26% increase over the last 7 days. That's really interesting. I don't really know. I know it's a fork of Ethereum. It's supposed to work kind of the old-fashioned Ethereum, I guess, but don't know a ton about it, to be honest. Stellar up a ton coin. That ton coin seems to move up when everything else is going down. That's very interesting. Yeah, Kronos. Yeah, I personally wouldn't touch an exchange coin at this point. ApeCoin up 14. Yeah, so Algorand, we're up 12.67% on the week. Now we're falling a little bit in the last hour, but we're even up today 3% at 19.4, almost to 20%. And a near protocol, now we were down about $1.21. I should point out with Algorand, we got into the what did we get at 17, 16 cents range? We'll get into that in a minute. But near protocol up 25%. That was nice to see. It was down to $1.21. I think when I made my first buy near, it was about $1.71. Interesting to see that. Little Dow. That was a huge pump. I don't know much about that, but that is a huge pump. 56%. That's really good. Let's see, Vici and Falcon. Yeah, Hedera's up 8%, so almost at 40, or excuse me, almost at 4 cents. That was down quite a bit too. Let's just dig into Algorand just a little bit here. Dive a little bit deeper. Here's what it looks like. Is it what are they going to show me? The day? No, this is like the day chart. So we've had a pretty big pump towards the last since this morning, from like right around 19 cents to we got to about 19 and a half cents. Now we're back down to 19.4 cents. And even I think if we go to the month, we're actually down on the month, but the 7 day up quite a bit from the 7 day. We were down to December 31st. I mean, we were at 17.2. And how low did we go? Is that the lowest? No, we were at 16. Yeah, I didn't think we went below 16 cents. Got kind of close, got pretty close. Yeah, 16.2 cents about the lowest we got. So good to see Algorand rebounding a little bit there. Let's see here. And we're going to go to Vestige. Look at the ASA charts, see how those are doing. Now it's important to keep in mind that these are at least the 7 days, which actually aren't loading up, which is interesting. That is strange, but we'll stick with, oh, here we go. Yeah, so DeFi token down a little bit against Algo. Chips is way up. Cosmic is, I think it's down against Algo, but it's at 2.7. That's got to be pretty even or just a little bit higher than it was. But otherwise, Bank is up compared to Algo. Algo Gems is up. Yieldy down. That wasn't a surprise. It's actually pumping a little bit on the day, but Vestige token itself down as is Government, Opulus, and Headline. Headline just did a video on Headline last week, kind of a deep dive. It's got such a strange history. So you should watch that video because I really go into the details of how that works. Interesting that you can't actually see. Well, that's a big pump for ASA stats token, up 8% in the last day. I just clicked on it because it doesn't fit on the screen that they have there, but yeah, Moist Granny's up 10%, Dayman up 8%. Even Akita Inu, some drama on Twitter this week about Akita Inu fame, and I almost weighed in. I just stayed out of it. Bank up a little bit. Now it's important to note that since Algorand is going up, it's harder for these to be up against Algorand. And I kind of wish they kind of mix and match here, and I kind of wish it was all one and all the other because I think it makes it confusing for people. I don't like when they mix them together like that. So that is the charts. Let's see. Omar Rogers says, when do I see my Go Algo after I commit to Folks Finance? I actually don't use Folks Finance, so I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you. I know everyone's getting their January 6th, which was yesterday. Everyone started getting their governance rewards for the standard governance, but I'm not sure about Folks Finance. I have seen other questions about it, so I can tell you that I don't think that you're alone in that. Because it sounds like a lot. I've seen other questions, unless it was you, but I think there were other. I've seen a couple of those now. So sorry to hear you haven't gotten it though. I don't know a lot about that myself. I just prefer to, if I do governance, I just prefer to do it the regular way. With this year, I'm doing it with this period, I'm doing it with the DeFi LPs. So I'm going to use my LP that's in my PackFi, my Go ETH, because I'm not really using that for anything else, my Go ETH algo pool. So I plan to keep that stuck in there for a while and earning that. It's earning like 5% or something. But that would be a nice, easy one to do for governance. Because what's weird is that none of the platforms, and I guess it would be up to the coins and the projects, but none of them are like offering these pools that would cover the governance. So how does that work? It's like you're supposed to like keep your stuff in a pool, but you basically have to leave it in there after the pool ends, just so you can get your governance rewards. Like I just don't understand why they're not doing that, or that the foundation isn't working with some of these projects to have them extend that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. Okay, this is cool. Tiny Man has a new version. So we're going to look at that. Let me just pull this up. I'm not going to log into it, I don't think, because I usually use my other computer for that. But I'm going to show you guys. Tiny Man 2 is launched. Tiny Man is evolving, and as part of this process, we need your help. And they have the Automatic Marker Maker 2.0. This is a big migration event. So it's I've already seen like some issues where I've seen issues where there's like bots that's spot going crazy because people are migrating pools from the old Tiny Man to the new one. Tiny Man team is excited to announce the launch of V2 contracts featuring innovative improvements such as composable contracts, flexible liquidity adding, and swaps without redeems. Yeah, so all the redeems will be gone once you're swapped over to the new one. I just noticed that because I did a swap earlier, and it said, "Oh, because you're in version 1, you're still going to have to redeem some tokens." So they'll all be wrapped up now. You won't have to do that. We're grateful for the support of our growing community, and your encouragement drives us to continue breaking down barriers. There's a little video. Why don't we just watch the video? I'm going to turn this off so there's no echo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Silvio Vitali. I'm the founder of Algorand Governance. Pleasure to talk to you today.
Okay, sorry about that. I thought there would actually be some. I thought there'd be actually some information in there. So the road from V1 to V2. If you're a V1 liquidity provider, you could easily migrate your liquidity to V2 using the following steps. Go to pools and head over to your positions. Next to your V1 liquidity positions, you will see a migrate button, so you can click to initiate your migration. So there's just a few steps to do this. And if you migrate, you can get an NFT, so that's kind of cool. And they have an apparently they put together a list of songs to listen to while you migrate. I hope that doesn't mean it actually takes that long. Very interesting. Let's take a look. Oh God, I didn't even share it. I apologize for that. I forgot when it opens in a new tab. Well, that was probably great. Yeah, you can see it looks a lot different. I'm not going to connect my wallet. But you can see it looks a lot different. And when you go to pool, this is where the farms are, by the way. And right now, no farms. So keep that in mind. They still have the analytics where, it kind of tells you what the 7-day. Actually, USDC algo is paying 16. So is that 16% over 7 days? Or is that the 7-day average? Well, it says 7-day APY. So are they taking a 7-day? Okay, its column shows the 7-day average of APY values of the pools. So, okay, that makes sense. So that means in the last 7 days, on average, it was paying 16% per year. Well, it used to be there. So back when this first launched, I mean, there was a lot of pools where they were really had really high APYs, and that's pretty much all gone because there's just so many people doing it now. But that's okay. I think the point isn't necessarily to earn a ton from it, but the point is to actually get. Well, you can see the V2 pools. Yeah, they're paying significantly less. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I just forget when it opens up in a new tab like that, and it doesn't it doesn't take the screen share with it, unfortunately. Anyway, that's that. New one is NF is launching. Yeah, it's basically like a subdomain from your domain. So it's like if you had a website and you had a sub website. Let's take a look at NFT's post on that. Exciting news. NF domains will be launching segments on January 16th. Like and retweet to be eligible to win the first segmented.algo. So that's launching January 16th, as you can see from here. What our segments are distinct, sovereign, I don't know why they capitalize distinct, but they're distinct sovereign NFTs that can be minted off of root NFTs, adding an additional level that is separated by an A. Read all about them here. Let's do that. Share this tab, Ed. So roots can mint an unlimited number of segments, but segments cannot mint other segments. Root NFTs have two segmenting states, locked and unlocked. This defines who's allowed to mint segments. For example, nft.algo can then create poof.nft.algo. They talked about locked versus locked. They really talk about what? I guess if you unlock it, you can let other people do it. I'm just trying to look here to see like why exactly you would want to do this. Is it just to have an extra one? It's kind of weird that they don't explain that particular part. Let's go back to see if it was explained a little more. Yeah, so there's irl.algo. She's pretty cool. She's got a YouTube channel. She's a YouTuber as well in this space. I don't know if you guys watch her or not. Probably should. Fred Estante put one segments.fredestante.algo. Kind of a funny way of asking. Oh, they did say, oh, One Circle. Those, the One Circle.algo folks are the same gals that are behind Tiger Chi, and they're really nice. Met them at Decipher. One thing, I think it might be a little more affordable. So if someone like lets you subdomain under them, it's interesting because everyone's like really excited about it, and no one's really saying like, well, this is why this is a good thing. This is what I'm going to do. Other than there might be an affordability. Interesting. Yeah, and everyone's really excited, but no, I'm not really sure what the use case is there. Maybe you guys know. Let's see. Jeffrey says, "Nice to see you. I'll go pump a bit. What are your thoughts about the Mt. Gox Bitcoin release and the drama with Genesis?" Yeah. Well, Genesis, I guess I'll start with that. I'm not really surprised. I mean, they were wrapped up in the stuff with FTX and all those other things falling apart. So it was interesting to see them having a little battle with the Winklevoss twins, or one of them. But I don't have any money on that. I had money on the other one, so kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Mount Gox, I heard a little bit about that a while back, but did that come out? Let me look that up here. By the way, if you guys know anything about if you guys know more about segments and like why someone would use that, feel free to let me know in the chat, because I don't know a ton about it. I'll be honest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did hear a little bit about this. Let's take a look here. I'm gonna hide your. Yeah. Because I heard a little bit about it a while ago, that there was going to be this big release, but I hadn't seen the most recent news. One concern for Bitcoin investors has taken a backseat in recent weeks and months amid macroeconomic headwinds and crypto-intensive contagion effects. The release of recovered Bitcoin from Mt. Gox. Originally, users of what was once the largest Bitcoin exchange were supposed to file their claims by January 10th, 2023. Shortly after that, payouts were to begin, according to an October statement. Yeah, that's a crazy amount of time, by the way. Looks like it was delayed to March 10th instead of January 10th, and that's in Japan, so day ahead of us, typically. Well, 14 hours ahead. After that date, Kobayashi will begin confirming registrations in order to make the repayment as soon as possible. After March 10th, following this change, Kobayashi has also changed the base repayment deadline after lump sum repayment deadline and immediate repayment deadline from July 31st to 2023 to September 30th, 2023. Now, they don't put that in there, but here is Bitcoin price facing a price dump according to rehabilitation plan. They're supposed to reimburse a total of 141,686 Bitcoin or 2.3 billion. So there's concerns about this huge price drop. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but crypto usually weathers those kinds of storms, so I'm not like super worried about that. I mean, there might be a big price drop, but it'll be temporary, and also it could be just also it could be it could just be like it's usually like a temporary thing. Could be a good buying opportunity. Sherlock says, I still don't understand what NFT means by that new segment. Well, so basically, I understand like what it means. I just don't understand like why. What I don't understand the why of it. Like, what do you get out of this, right? So, it's basically you can take the root domain and make a subdomain, kind of like a website with a subdomain from a website. So it kind of makes sense, but I don't really understand. They didn't explain well about what it actually means and what you can do, which is kind of strange. But I think crypto, we get kind of like you get kind of the blinders on. We get really we forget that like other people might not know what you're talking about. You have to explain this stuff better, and that's been kind of my like it's been my mission. It's like, and the thing I keep touching on, it's like kind of a pet peeve of mine, is these companies just don't sometimes they just don't explain the stuff well. And better communication all around, it's just something that is really important in crypto. Okay, so moving on to Para Wallet. Para now has an in-app browser that can navigate to any dApp, both on iOS and Android. So let's take a look at this, because Para made the announcement on Twitter. Let's look at the beginning. Neat. Yeah, that looks really. I haven't even tried it out. It's weird. It went live. I'm surprised I didn't see it in there, but yeah, Opulence got put in there. And then just a bunch of people reacting to that. And by the way, also it's not in here, but maybe I can find them talking about it. They have a web version coming. And did they share the? Trying to find if they shared it somewhere. So they basically have a web app coming that is just like, I don't think they're going to show it here. Okay. But they do a lot of videos, don't they? Maybe I can find it really. Yeah, I won't find it. But it basically will be a competitor to. it'll be a competitor to my Algo wallet. So that should be interesting. You'll have a Para on your mobile, and then you could also have Para on web app. I wonder if my Algo is a little concerned about that. I guess we'll have to see. I like my Algo. It's what I use right now on the web, and it's where I do most of my DeFi. I use it way more than I use the Para wallet, but that might change if my Algo, if it's really, if Para wallet's really useful on the web. So we'll see. But pretty cool thing that they got going on there. Let's take a look. We got some more news here. Moving on to Near Protocol. They are now up to 23 million accounts, with more than 100,000 joining in just the last week. So let's pull this up. I know some of you guys are Near fans. By the way, definitely follow in at Everstake. She's got some great stuff on here. But yeah, here's the Near stats: 23,022,431 total accounts, and 123,000 of those accounts started in 1 week. Now, active accounts, that is 226,000. Then they got a little graph here showing you the kind of breakdown. Looks like a lot of people toward the end of the week joining up. Very interesting. Not a lot of replies to that tweet, interesting enough, but good for Near. It's one of the coins I'm pretty bullish on, so nice to see that. And then we got some Hedera news. And we're going to move on to some games in a second too, but big Hedera news. Let's pull that up. They are hosting a giant event with Uber and Politico, so we're going to look at that. Oh my God, I'm on the screen. Here we go. So Hedera is. Oh, did you just back? What happened? Sorry about this. No, stop showing. I'm just gonna try that again because that is being stupid. Yeah, great TV right here, right? Oh, I gotta open it again. Hold on. Trying to run a show here. Okay. Sorry for the delay there. Yeah, so Hedera is hosting and sponsoring an invite-only event with Politico and Uber on January 19th at the Hedera House at Davos. Yeah, that sounds nice, huh? So basically, after a 5-minute introduction by Hedera's Nilmini Rubin, is a 20-minute interview with the CEO of Uber. After that, a full hour of networking. So this person was trying to put together, why Uber would be involved with Hedera. Well, a lot of big companies are at first off, so that's part of the reason. But then they also touched about additional use cases include, and this is in the white paper, additional cases include, but are not limited to, financial markets, matching engines, like those used in Uber or Airbnb. Well, kind of makes sense, right? And then this Hedera blog post by Paul Madsen talks about Hedera being the only DLT to offer fair ordering. That is the only blockchain solution that something like Uber could use. Very interesting. And then another reference to Uber made by Garrett Coons in another Hedera blog post. So blah, 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 ipso facto. It looks like Hedera and Uber could be a match. Interesting that Politico is also involved in that. So could you see Hedera being involved with Uber in the future? Well, that could be apparently a possibility. All right, well, that's all the serious stuff. Let's get to some games, huh? Let's see. Oh, you have to. So these next two segments come courtesy of Algorand Gaming Guild. I love what these guys are doing. They've got you should go check them out. They basically have a medium. It's blog.algogamingguild.io. Great, great site. I met the two of them. They're really delightful folks, and they got a lot of news on all kinds of games. So you should definitely check it out. We're going to highlight two of them today. So let's look at that. That was a great part about going to Decipher. I got to meet a lot of these people and put faces to the projects. So first up is Fractal Monsters. So this is an exciting time for the team over at Fractal Labs as they have opened the testnet version of their game for all users, not just NFT holders. You can actually go play the game right now. Don't need to have an NFT. I actually bought one because I got one for like 5 algo. It was a sad little critter. It was like the saddest one. It just looked like it was about to cry. So that's until January 29th, after which the mainnet game will be launched. So check that out. They have been playing this. So according to them, they've been playing the testnet version of the game for a month now. I just started playing it a little bit. I've monkeyed around with it. It's pretty fun. I like it when I don't like using the ASDW controls for running around. I just rather use the directional arrows, but that's just a personal preference. It took me a little while to get used to, but yeah, you can your monster needs to like eat and sleep and all that stuff. And, you can go there. You can go to Fractal Monsters if you go check out their game, and you can play it yourself. It's pretty fun. We can actually watch this really quick. Yeah, so this is like what you would do. That's kind of like your main screen, and you can go to the world and like explore the bushes and shake the trees and stuff and get some stuff to feed your little critter with. Then there's battles. I don't know, I have to work more on the battles. Like this one, I didn't know how to. I don't know what you do. Guess you shoot them with stuff? I don't know. Yeah, and there's daily missions and probably end stuff. Anyway, that's that. And then the other one I want to go down to. Zone had kind of a cool thing that Zone considers to improve their already impressive platform by dropping a new feature which they believe will drive massive consumer adoption. This added feature allows users to purchase in-game currencies, digital vouchers, and gift cards from major brands using their Zone tokens and Algo. So you could actually use Algo and Zone to buy real-world items or at least gift cards to those items. I think they got yeah, here it is. And yes, I'm going to membership. So this is their marketplace, and it's not empty. It just takes a little while to load. Here we go. This is what you can buy stuff for Amazon, Netflix, League of Legends, Player Unknown Battleground, mobile, Free Fire, whatever that is, Riot Games, stuff for Riot Games. There's actually a lot of stuff on here. I'm not going to go through it all, but Netflix, Google Play. I just want to show you the range of stuff on here. Steam, Xbox, IKEA, Jawworker. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, I didn't. I'm showing like all the. Hold on. There's a way to. Okay, hold on. Well, so you can set it so it's just the U.S. So we're seeing this Jawworker for all the. There's the U.S. You can see it for all this stuff. There's more than this. There's a lot of. I don't know what that Jawworker is, but apparently it's very popular. I'm just trying to scroll past it here. By the way, total side note, but I hate this whole like back of scroll bar thing. Like I missed the scroll bar because that would allow me to immediately go right to the top, and now I have to scroll to get to the top. I just don't understand why that was a big thing with the modern versions of HTML. Maybe any developers in my audience that know why that is, because I find that so annoying. When I used to be able to just scroll right to the top, easy peasy. Now I have to sit there and, or it's like really tiny. If they do have it, it's really tiny. There, that'll be the actual US. So yeah, Jawwalker thing is still on there, but yeah, Binance, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Mobile Legends, Fortnite. It's way further Paramount Plus. I mean, there's like a ton of stuff on here. Don't necessarily see a way to search, which is kind of strange because there's just so much stuff on here. It'd be nice to. Oh yeah, you can search. Yeah, so let's say Minecraft is on here. Let's Minecraft. There you go. You can get yourself some Minecraft coins, or just straight up from Minecraft. You can actually buy Minecraft with Algo. So I mean, this is actually a really big deal, a way bigger deal, I think, than they're really letting on there. That's probably the probably the biggest news that we've said today. Actually, that marketplace is a really big deal because that's using Algo and Zone to buy actual real world items, and that's kind of the adoption that you're looking for. Now, it's only going to be people who are using Zone, but it's a really really good step. And Trellick says, use a controller for Fractal Monster. Well, I don't have one for my PC because I don't really game all that much. So, well, maybe I'll have to get one because I've been playing some other games on here, and I'm kind of getting sick of using the keyboard. So, all right, kind of a quiet chat today, but I don't know. You guys got any more questions for me? Otherwise, we're at about almost 40 minutes, so we can probably wrap it up pretty soon. Just before I got on here, I got a comment that said I should not do Zone videos because I don't know anything. I'm like, okay. No, I love when people say that and they don't say, well, you got this, and this wrong or something, but plenty of other comments that people liked it. So the latest video, that the first one was, people had some fair criticisms because I really really glossed over Hedera and the Hedera hash graph and how the hash graph works. The second one, though, I went quite in depth, so I thought that was weird that the person said that. But I'm always open to like legit criticism. If you think I'm doing got something wrong, I'm always happy to correct it and learn from it. But when people just kind of like leave random comments like that, it's pretty much useless. So, oh well. What are you gonna do? Hey, it's a great. We're in the middle of winter, and we're in the middle of crypto winter, and I would not expect the upswings that we've had to continue. It's just that's not where we are. I think we're still in the bear market. So to take it as it is, I'd say generally speaking, don't pay too much attention to price. I know we kind of dig into it once a week, but once a week is probably all you need until it really starts pumping. Then you want to keep more of an eye on it. Otherwise, just go live your life, have fun, earn stuff in DeFi. And yep. Well, I hope you guys are doing well out there. Stay safe. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Get your stuff off exchanges as much as possible. And as always, I'll see you in the future.